Hello, welcome back to the Cwtches Podcast. My name is Pip, and it's been a while since my last confession. Also, it feels. Yeah, I think it was the 29th of February last recorded. I've got some things to show, but not as much as I would like. That's probably why I haven't, well, it is why I haven't videoed sooner. I'm thinking, what have I got to show? I seem to be doing a lot, but not getting far. So let's start. Let's stop umming. Get me bits out on my notes. Right, put these on there. If I don't have my notes, I'm done for. See if I can remember some words this time as well. I'm going to start with an acquisition. Change it up a bit. I went to Abergavenny with my cousin. We meet now and again and go and have lunch and a mooch around, and we like Abergavenny. And there's also a nice wool shop there, which I haven't had a chance to mooch around properly. My cousin's in a wheelchair, and there's a step up into this wool shop, so we don't normally. I have popped in before. I bought a pattern in there once before, but this time we saw her back to her car, and then I went for a mooch around, which I shouldn't do because then I end up buying, and I'm not supposed to be buying. I'm supposed to be saving for Wonderwool. But I went in, and of course temptation got me. They've got some beautiful samples, and there's quite a lot there that I thought, well, I'd like to knit that. But there was a cardigan, and I need more cardigans, that caught my attention. I don't have a very good picture of it because they did a printed out pattern. I've just written third size on there to remind me which size, because I tried on their sample, and their sample was size 2. When I looked at it, I thought, no, she said, oh, try it on. I thought, that's not going to fit me, it's too small. But actually it did, but it was just too tight across my back. So I decided, well, the lady and I decided one size up would probably do it. As I thought, I very rarely do cardigans up anyway. It's sort of springtime, wear over a dress, that sort of thing. So this one is the Fox Bay by Erika Knight. And what I really liked about it was the V on the back of the neck. I thought that was unusual. It had it's quite plain knit, but it had some nice details on it. I can't remember exactly. It might have been the shoulder and the V on the neck. But it just looked enough going on to be interesting, but also something that should knit up fairly quickly. And they had it knit up in a very thick DK, double knitting yarn, in the orange. And I was quite tempted on the orange, not a colour I normally go for, but it was nice, like a burnt orange. But I didn't awfully like the feel. It was a 100% wool yarn, but I wasn't sold on it. And it did look on the sample already like it was bobbling, so I was a bit skeptical on that yarn, and I ended up plumping for what I normally like, which is Croft again, and I liked it in this green. Although this is supposed to be an Aran weight, when I compared them, they were very similar in weights. That one was marked as a DK, this one is an Aran, but yeah, you couldn't tell the difference when you looked at the yarns. So hopefully it'll knit up, well, it will. I know it'll knit up okay. I shall make it knit up okay. And this is, I think it says Fetler. I think it's Fetler or Fetlia. Can't make out if there's an eye in there. Number 312. So number 312, it's a bit small, the print. But yes, so West Yorkshire Spinners Croft, which is what I'm making the Moby sweater in. And I like it. It's nice and plump and feels nice when you're knitting on it. So I don't mind having another garment in this. I used Croft before on a cardigan a long time ago. Well, it was more of a little jacket. I ought to pull it out and show it. It doesn't have any buttons. It was one out of the Croft book, and that was a couple of years ago I made that one. And if anybody doesn't know the Croft yarns, it's 100% Shetland wool, and I do like it very much. It's nice and natural feeling without being rustic. It's just nice, and I think it's next to skin soft. So that should be nice if I get on and knit it for the spring and autumn. Might be all right with our summers in the evening, because we get quite cold, you know. If you sat outside, it'll be fine. It's not exactly like we get hot summers here in the UK, so well, very rare. But even if it's hot in the day, it usually goes off cold in the evening. So that was what I bought, and that is what I want to get on my needles next. I just have to get those hanks wound up. So the other one I'm knitting on is Apothecary by the Petite Knitter. I always get Petite Knits and Petite Knitter mixed up, but their styles are quite different. So this is the pattern, and it's I don't know if she's used, I think it is, if I remember rightly, when you actually look at it, it is just two colours. This is just me, my printer running out of ink, and I'm using Nutiden here in this sort of it's like an old-fashioned pink, dusky pink, and I'm using Plotulopi. I had some Plotulopi left over in this blue, so I'm using these two, and it's nice using the two different unspun yarns together. So I'm happy now, because Plotulopi was the first one I tried, Mantelopi was the second one I tried, and Nutiden was one I wanted, and I managed to get in on the shop update and get some, because I actually set my alarm this time. I always miss the shop updates, and then I can't get what I want. So, and this is the jumper so far. I've split for the sleeves. I don't know which is the front and which is the back. I think it's this way. So it's working out quite nicely. The Nutiden is very soft, and it does go quite thin in places. A bit bunched up on the needles there. It does pucker a bit there, because obviously my tension's tighter doing the colour work than it is here. But I think, you know, once it's blocked out, it'll be fine. I don't mind if it's a bit smoky there anyway, but yeah, it'll block out. But yeah. And of course, this sort of yarn is great for colour work, because it's toothy. It holds together nicely. And I'm only holding a single strand of the Nutiden. Once it's washed and blocked, it'll be strong enough. Out of the three, in my opinion, Plotulopi is the easiest to knit with if you've never knit with an unspun yarn before, but it is the most toothy and the most rustic feeling. Then I would say the Mantelopi. But saying that, I did knit 2 strands held together, whereas I'm only using 1 with this. And out of them all, I think it's hard, really. It's really hard to tell. For softness, it's got to be Nutiden or Plotulopi for softness. In fact, Nutiden is probably the slightly softer. It's got a Plotulopi's got a slightly bouncier feel, not more rustic. It's just a more firmer, bouncier feel. Nutiden is very soft. I could probably get away with it next to skin if I didn't get hot. If I get hot, then it does get prickly. But it, like now, because I'm not, you know, it's not hot today, it's fine. But probably if I wore it and I was getting hot, I would find it a bit prickly around my neck. But I always wear them over t-shirts, shirts. Anyway, I never wear them really next to skin, you know, sometimes maybe around your neck. But out of my favourites to knit with would probably be the Plotulopi. I just find it easiest, probably because it is toothy and it holds together more. So, but I like them all, and it's all nice to have that different. They do all feel different, so it is a different knitting experience with them. But I'm pleased with that so far. Just pop that one down there. I'll put it in the bag after. I'm using one of my new bags. I don't know if I showed this one last time. Probably did. Again, from Ange of Yarn and Yarns. I mean, the price, I don't think you can go wrong. You know, all right, there isn't any inside pockets or anything, but I just think it's a good workhorse, these bags, for £13 something, and they're pretty. That one's the Stitch Birdies by Emma Ball. And I've done a little bit on this one, not an awful lot. This is the Debbie Bliss pattern. Come on. Open up. Aymara, in case anybody didn't see it before. I'm enjoying this. I like this yarn as well. It's the Debbie Bliss Aymara yarn as well. Just the front. So it's growing. Not a lot, but it is. But each row, it's quite a long row, so each row takes a while. But it's getting there. I did have to unpick a bit. I miss me twists. I took it to, I don't know if it was that one. I took it to Craft to knit on, and I was busy yakking and forgot to do my twists, so I had to unpick a fair bit. I kept looking at it thinking, what's wrong, what's wrong? And I thought, oh no, I hate unpicking. Normally it goes in the bag and like sort of sulk about it for a bit. I thought, no, unpick it, do it, don't leave it sitting. And oh, we're whizzing through these today, aren't we? My Moby, which is Petite Knits, not to get confused with the Petite Knitter. And this is in Croft. The body's done, and I'm getting a good way down the arm. And this is lovely to knit. It really is. It's so squishy. It's gonna need some blocking to bring those cables out. But it's going to be nice and warm. I'm probably going to look like a marshmallow in it, but I do like it. Oh, it's so interesting, and it gets very like the sleeve. I mean, it's just 8th row decreased, 10th row a twist. So apart from that, you don't need to look at the pattern once you get going. I just look at I write my rows out, and then I just mark where I need to decrease and where I need to do a cable twist. So you don't have to be looking at the pattern all the time. And this is West Yorkshire Spinners Croft, just in a natural colour. And oh, I thought I had a dog coming in to say hello, but she's gone back out again. Going to sniff round. I thought I'd have a change of scene and sit by here, but I've been sat in all the chairs trying to find somewhere the light is half decent. And you've got the doll's house, my granddaughter's doll's house back there. Behind this chair's a big wicker basket with all the toys in. And the doll's house hides the internet wires and things coming over there, and they're not very tidy. So a bit ugly to look at. And then the bulk of the time I've been making toys for the grandchildren. And I could do with some help on this one, anybody that makes toys. We've got so far with him. It's the ears. This is Stitch from Milo and Stitch. And this pattern is so many pages. There's an awful lot of pictures. But I want the ears to stand up. And again, excuse the colours on here, it's just my printer's running out of ink. And I bought some wire, but I've bought the wire too thick. Ears are done. But if I put the ears on, without the wire, see, they'll just flop about. So I want his ears to be bendable so the kids can put them how they want. So if anybody else makes toys, and it's quite big too, and can help, this is the wire that I got, and it's nice and bendy, but I think it's a bit thick. And I'm not quite sure whether I need to put that through the body, because there isn't any wire showed on the pattern at all. Whether I cut it off up here and seal it in. So this is the first one for my oldest granddaughter. And then my younger granddaughter wanted a unicorn. But then when she saw Stitch, she changed her mind, decided she wanted a Stitch as well. So I'm part of the way. I've done 4 ears ready. I've done the head. And got the nose parts. The arm parts, the chest part, the eye parts. Well, the first part, there's 3 parts to the eye. I do a black bit and then a white bit. So I've got a lot of the bits. I've got to do the feet next and the body and stuff them, sew them together. But then I'll have the same problem with the ears. So anybody out there that does this, that can advise me on best wire. I suppose it's, I just put in toy modelling wire, I think. I think that was a 3mm, 30mm, I can't remember, I'm useless with. I do think it's thicker than, I mean, my husband said, what about a coat hanger wire, but that's too hard, too stiff, they won't be able to bend it. So I don't know, like I said, this is soft enough to bend, but it just seems, and like I said, I'm not sure what to do with, whether to take it up a bit more and have a bit more coming down and put it in to the toy, or cut it off up there. I don't know. So if anybody can help, I would be very grateful. Suggestions. Oh. So yeah, it's been busy sort of making bits, and that's it really. That's all I've been working on. I must be on go slow. I've been out in the garden a bit more as we've had some dry days, so I've planted some seeds, not a lot, and we're doing a fence between us and next door. There's the fence there was rotten and the dogs were starting to break it, so it's actually next door's sort of responsibility to do it, but we're the ones that wanted it done. So we asked if we could rip out the old one and put the new one in, and they're going to go halves with us on it, because I want it high enough to stop the dogs getting out as well. I want it strong and high. So it's only fair really if I'm dictating what I want there that we... so hubby's been busy with that, and I've been busy with instructions and making tea and cake and taking that out. It's a horrible, it was raining earlier, it's a horrible day again today. We get a taste of what spring could be, and then it's back to blooming rain again. Fed up of it. Hopefully we will get some summer this year. That would be nice. And what else? What else have we done? Not a lot. I said I went to Abergavenny with my cousin. Oh, we went to the theatre. My daughter bought me tickets for both of us, for my husband and I, to go to the new theatre in Cardiff, and we watched Fabulous Aida. I always want to say Fabulous Aida, but it's not. It's Aida, I think it is pronounced. Oh, it was brilliant. I didn't know. I've only been aware of them in the last couple of years, and I thought they were hysterical. If you don't know them, it's 3 women, and it's all sort of ditties, I suppose, songs, silly songs. If you know of Victoria Wood, she used to do similar things, but these are a bit more naughty, a bit more tongue-in-cheek, some of them. And Dilly, who is the oldest and the one that's been in the group right from the beginning. You know, the others have come along as and when they've... I think the one that's been in there the least time has been in there 20 years. And it was their 40th anniversary. And Dilly, I think, made the show. I mean, they were all great in their own way, but Dilly just... her expressions and... she was just very natural on stage, and she'd only have to do a look and that would have us all laughing. And it was great to have the atmosphere. And even though I knew probably 90% of the songs, watching them live and being performed was just, so it was a really good giggle, good atmosphere. It was packed, every seat was sold out. Thoroughly enjoyed that. And if you like that sort of thing, if you get the chance to go and see them, I would recommend it. It was, there's a lot of it on YouTube if you look it up. Fascinating Aida. So it's Dilly, Adele, I want to say Sarah, but I'm not sure. Now, she was the youngest one. Very glamorous, fantastic figure. The only thing I found was, although she had a fabulous voice, it was quite high. So a couple of the words were lost on me when she was singing, which was a shame. But maybe it's the acoustics in there, I don't know. But well, just like I said, it was just a good giggle. It's good to get out the house and do something different. I can't think that we've done much else apart from the normal sort of walking the dogs, doing the shopping, looking after grandchildren, chores. There's always chores. No, because I spoke to you after we'd been to Edinburgh. That was fantastic. Busy doing not a lot, I suppose. Exciting life. So, yeah. Anyway, what's everybody else knitting on? What are you up to? I'm looking forward to going to Wonderwall, if anybody else is going. I'm hoping, well, I am going on the Sunday. All being well, that is. I'm going on the Sunday. I'm hoping to meet up with a couple of friends there. Hoping to meet up with Angela of Yarn and Yarns and Anne of Spar Knits, and see who else is there. I thoroughly enjoyed it last year, and I'm really looking forward to it this year. Trying to save my pennies up, ready to go. Is spoilt for choice, absolutely spoilt. Not that I need any more yarn actually at the moment, but no doubt I'll be tempted. So anybody else going to Wonderwall this year? That's towards the end of next month. It'll soon come round. That's all I got planned at the moment. Nothing else to say. So it's a short and sweet one this time, hopefully. But please message me, let me know what you're knitting on. It might inspire me to do some other things, or to start thinking about summer knits. But this weather's not inspiring me at the moment. I would like to do another one or two Tolsters by the Crayer Bear. That t-shirt that I made 2 of last time, one in cotton, one in wool. I would like to make another 1 or 2 in cotton. It's such a versatile pattern. I've seen so many of people have put lace in or stripes in. It's very versatile, but yeah, I quite like just the plain, and I like the fact I can make the sleeves longer to where I want them. I don't want them up here, not with my granny arms. So yeah, I probably, when the mood takes me, I'll get one of those on the needles. I just bought the Louder pattern by the Crayer Bear, her new Aran one, which I wanted to do to testing it, and I didn't get in on the test course. That's how I ended up doing the Moby, because I had that itch to do. That's it, cat, don't knock it all over. Agatha's walking around here, inspecting the bags of wool. As long as she didn't knock the tripod over, we'll be okay. So yes, I bought that pattern, but I'm not going to knit it yet. I'll finish the Moby and then see what the mood takes me. I might have a rest from cables. I might not. I might, once I stop doing that one, might have an itch to do another one. We'll see. But I have bought the pattern ready because I do like it and I want to make it. I'm unsure whether to do the round neck or the V-neck in the jumper. Quite like the cardigan version as well. So many options with that pattern. So yeah, I bought that one when it was released. That's it. I can't think of anything else to tell you. I know I'm boring this time. Nothing else to chat about. I'll try and get some footage of Wonderwool when I'm there. That'll getting the footage and taking that is one thing, and then editing it and putting it in is something else. Oh God, I gotta learn, haven't I? I keep saying get my daughter to do it, but then she's busy. So, and I get the, Mother, I've showed you this once already. Hey ho, hey ho. Anyway, I shall say goodbye. Short and sweet, 31, nearly 32 minutes. But that's all I've got to show this time. So I wanted to pop on and say hello. That I am alive and kicking and working on things. And if anybody knows how to do those ears with some, I would be very grateful for any input. So thank you very much, and bye for now.